2024 Toronto International Film Festival lineup has been revealed, and lots of really interesting films that is set to premiere at the film festival. Now, this is also going to be most likely more down the line, but here are what's going to be premiering at the film festival. Now, most I'm just going to wrap it through, and then others I'll probably talk about. All right, now for the galas. We got Andrea Bocelli, Because I Believe, which is a concert film with Andrea Bocelli. We got Better Men, which is a biopic about famed singer Robbie Williams, where he's actually playing himself. Now, this one, I'm not really too familiar with Robbie Williams. Only Robbie Williams I know is Robin Williams, but Robbie Williams, I don't really know too much about his personal life, but hey, there's of course have been actors figures who have portrayed themselves in biopics. Fantasia has done it, Howard Stern. So, looks like now it's Robbie Williams' turn to play himself. Now, this is directed by Michael Gracey, who directed the incredible film The Greatest Showman. So, that's actually one reason why I'm at least interested in it. So, it could be an interesting one here. Alright, we also got an Australian film called The Dev, directed by Pitch Perfect star Rebel Wilson. It's a musical about two teen girls attending a debutante bar in a small town, country town. That could be interesting. Rebel Wilson is also supposed to appear in the film as well, so that could be cool. Alright, we also got a film called Don't Let Go to the Dogs Tonight, which I don't know what this film's supposed to be about. Can't really find a synopsis, but it is said to be directed by Beth Davis, who's, if that name sounds familiar, she was in Dirty Ghosts from 2001, and she played Miss Honey in the original Matilda. So really cool to see her directing here. We also got a film called Eden, which is directed by Ron Howard, about a group of people abandon society and civilization in order to travel to the Galapagos Island and find the meaning of life. The cast includes Ana de Armas, Vanessa Kirby, Sydney Sweeney, Richard Roxburgh, Daniel Bruhl, Toby Wallace, Jude Law. I mean, really nice to see, just see Ron Howard back making films. I believe the last film, technically the last film he did do was the Jim Henson documentary, but I'm talking about narrative feature, was like that cave movie he did a couple years ago, 13 Lives. So that's, I always like Ron Howard. He's directed some of the most iconic films there is. From the likes of Apollo 13, Splash, Castaway. Oh, no, not Castaway. That was Robert Zemeckis who did Castaway. What else? Oh, yeah, The Grinch, I meant. Remember, The Grinch and Castaway came out the same year, so that's probably why I got too confused. But still, Eden does sound intriguing, so hopefully it's a good one. Alright. We also got a documentary, pretty much Elton John's farewell documentary coming to Disney Plus called Elton John Never Too Late, which of course is set to premiere on Disney Plus sometime this year or next year. So I love Elton John, so I'll definitely give this one a go. We also got a film called The Friend, directed by Montana Story directors Scott McGee and Dave Segal, starring Naomi Watts, Bill Murray, Constance Wu, Owen T, Carla Gugino, and Dowd. It follows the story of love, friendship, grief, and healing about a writer who adopts a Great Dane that belonged to a late friend and mentor. That could be interesting. I mean, Bill Murray, I love Bill Murray, so anything he's in, I'll definitely give a watch. So he's a living legend, so who doesn't love Bill Murray, right? We also got a Korean film called Harbin, which is a Korean independence activist who, in 1909, assassinated Ito Hirobami, the first prime minister of Japan. That could be interesting. We got Meet the Barbarians, which is directed by Julie Delpy, who you might know from the Before trilogy. It's where a small Breton village has decided to welcome a family of Ukrainian refugees. To their surprise, they receive Fayyad family coming from Syria. They divert all the cliffs that the French expected. They are friendly, refined, educated, so much so that in this small humming village, it's no longer clear to which side the barbarians are. That could be cool. I mean, I love Julie Delpy. Of course, she's terrific in the Before trilogy, so nice to see her doing something here. We also got a movie called Nutcrackers, where like a workaholic, Mike, played by Ben Stiller, has to travel to rural Ohio to look after his recently orphaned nephews. It sort of sounds like a dramatic take of Uncle Buck. I'm getting a little bit of Uncle Buck vibe. Now, one reason why I'm interested in this one is directed by David Gordon Green, who did do the Halloween films, and he last did the Exorcist movie. I like his Halloween films, by the way. Exorcist Believer was whatever. But he has done other stuff too, like Pineapple Express, Personal Favorite of Mine, The Sitter. He's done other really cool stuff, so I'm glad to see him going back to his independence roots here. You got Ben Stiller, who's always nice to see him back on screen, so I'm all for this. This could be really interesting to check out. Alright, we also got a film called Oh Canada, directed by Paul Schrader, who also directed American Gigolos, starring Richard Gere, Uma Thurman, Michael Imperioli, Jacob Elordi. Famed Canadian documentary filmmaker gives a final interview to one of his former students to tell the whole truth about his life. And this actually sounds really interesting. Like, the reviews, by the way, I believe this actually came out from first premiered at Cannes. The reviews for this has been terrific. They're saying Richard Gere could get his first Oscar his first Oscar here. It sounds intriguing, so I'm all for it. Hopefully it's a good one. We also got something called The Penguin Lesson, directed by the Full Monty director, Peter Catano. Follows the story of an Englishman who was disappointed after going to work in a school in Argentina, starring Steve Coogan, so that could be interesting, see? We got The Return, which is the Ralph Fiennes Odysseus film with Juliette Binoche, so that could be good. Road Diary, the Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, which is of course a documentary about Bruce Springsteen's 2023-24 tour. Who, by the way, Bruce Springsteen is now a billionaire, so boy, he's making loads of dough. And I bet you next year, the Bruce Springsteen biopic with Jeremy Allen White, I guarantee that's gonna premiere at Toronto National Film Festival next year. So we'll see. Alright. Also premiering, we got the David Cronenberg film, The Shrouds, where Cautious is a 50-year-old prominent businessman. Since the death of his wife, he invents grave tech revolutionary and controversial technology that enables the living to monitor their dear departed's corpses as they decay in their shrouds. Now you've got the likes of Diane Kruger, Vincent Cassel, Guy Pearce. David Cronenberg back is always a given, so hopefully this one could be really cool. We also got an Indian Hindi film called Superboy, Melagayan. We got a film called Unstoppable, which stars Jarrell Jerome, Jennifer Lopez, Don Cheadle, about a three-time All-American wrestler born with one leg who won a national championship at Arizona State. That sounds intriguing. I'm glad to see Jennifer Lopez doing films like this. Like, get away from doing those terrible like Netflix stuff like The Mother or Atlas. She definitely has some really good acting chops, but she always is so stuck up with like those type of films. I hope movies like this, Selena, that dancer film she did, Hustlers, she really shows that she is a good actress with the right script and the right material. So hopefully this is one. This is also being produced by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, so they put out some cool stuff too. Alright, we also got Will and Harper, which stars Will Ferrell and Harper Steele as a duo made a 17-day road trip across the U.S. This actually premiered at the Sundance Film Festival with rave reviews and will premiere on Netflix sometime later this year, so that could be good. And it's also being directed by Straits director Josh Greenbaum, who's also doing the Spaceballs sequel, by the way. Alright, we also got The Wild Robot, which I cannot wait for. Now, as for the special presentation, films here, we got 40 Acres, which is a Canadian post-apocalyptic thriller starring Till star Danelle Delwar as a matriarch of descendants of African American farmers who settled in 1875 in rural Canada after the First Civil War. I'm glad to see Danelle Delwar gain more recognition because she also has another film premiering at TIFF. she should have gotten an Oscar nomination for that movie, Till, for playing Emmett Till's mom in that film, Till. How did she not get an Oscar nomination for that? Not gonna lie, I didn't even think she should have. Not only should she had not, should she actually had gotten nominated for that film, I still think Danelle Delwa should have won for Till, because she was that was actually my favorite female-led performance of that year, and maybe she'll get some Oscar buzz for this and another film I'll mention here in a bit. But yeah, I think she's a terrific actress, so I'm glad to see her. I'll tell you right now, she's gonna have an Oscar on her mantle before her career's over, because she's really that terrific. All right, we also got a film called All of You, which stars Imogen Poots, imagines a world in which soulmates can meet thanks to medical research. Okay, that could be cool. We got something called All We Imagine as Light, which I don't know much about that. We got Sean Baker's Anora, which I'm excited for that. You got Mikey Madison from Scream fame. And of course, Sean Baker gave us Red Rocket. He gave us Tangerine, The Florida Project. Not gonna lie, he's becoming one of my favorite filmmakers in recent years. So, another Sean Baker movie is always given. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually my anticipated film of the year, not named Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, once Deadpool and Wolverine comes out, my number one anticipated film might actually be Anora. I kid you not. Like, maybe by, the end of the summer, I will be doing my anticipated films of the fall, so keep your eye out for those. Spoiler, Anora will definitely be in that list. We also got The Assessment, which stars Elizabeth Olsen, Alicia Vikander, set in a future where everything is controlled. The lives of a couple are put under scrutiny, as a female assessor must decide if they deserve to have children. Really nice to see Elizabeth Olsen branching out outside after the MCU. She has this. She has that Netflix movie called Our Something Daughters, I think it's His Three Fathers or His Three Daughters, I think it's called. I'm interested to see that. I'm really glad to see her branching out more here, because she is, outside of the MCU, she is a terrific actress. Like, if you guys have not seen Martha Marcy May Marlene, or Very Good Girls, or Ingrid Goes West, do yourself a favor, go watch those if you really want to see how good she is. Whether we see her back as Wanda again, that has what I say. We also got a film called Bird, which is directed by Andrea Arnold, who is also being a terrific director. She's done movies like American Honey, Fish Tank. This film stars Barry Keoghan, where Bailey lives with her brother Hunter and her father Bug, who raises them alone in a squat in northern Kent. Bug doesn't have much time to devote to them. This sounds intriguing. I mean, it actually premiered at one of the film festivals, I think Cannes if I'm not mistaken, so I'm definitely intrigued to see this one. Speak of Barry Keoghan, we got Bring Them Down, which also stars Keoghan. An Irish shepherding family thirsts into battle on several fronts: internal strife, hostility within the family, rivalry with another farmer. That I'm interested in seeing. I love Barry Keoghan. I think he's a terrific actor. So intriguing to see that. And hey, if he's also, by the way, if he's dating Sabrina Carpenter, let's just say he wins in life, Alright, we also got a film called Can I Get a Witness, which stars Sandra Oh, and is set in the near future and takes place in a reality where, in order to save the planet, death is everyone's job. 50-year-olds are making a sacrifice while teen artists have to document it. That could be interesting to check out. I love Sandra Oh, by the way. I've been a fan of her ever since Sideways, so I'll definitely give this one a go. We also got a film called Carnival is Over, which takes place in Rio de Janeiro, where Regina and Valero seek a way out of the criminal hornet's nest they call family business. One night, the couple find the obvious solution, kill the boss, Radio's uncle, and sell the business. That could be interesting. Definitely has A24 written over. I wonder, most of these films don't have distributors. I wonder which one's going to have a distributor. I guarantee you, A24 and Netflix is going to sweep up stuff. We also got a Chinese film called Caught in the Tides, where, based on footage across 22 years, some from Jiz's previous films, in an impressive non-linear blend of fiction and non-fiction. That could be interesting. Conclave, of course, with Ray Fiennes. That trailer for that just dropped. Where, like, Cardinal Lawrence, tasked with finding the successor to the deceased Pope, discovers a former Pope had secrets that must be uncovered. Early Oscar voters Oscar experts are thinking this could win Ray Fiennes' first Oscar, which I'm all for. I love Ray Fiennes. You know, even if he's in a bad film, he's always great. He was also so good in The Menu. If you guys have not seen The Menu, go watch The Menu. But Ray Fiennes is just, come on, Voldemort, The English Patient. Who doesn't love Ray Fiennes? You know, Schindler's List. How does he not have an Oscar on his mantle? Still beyond me, but maybe this will get him his Oscar. We got something called The Cut, directed by the cursed director Sean Ellis. Holed up in a room in Vegas, he embarked on an intensive and illegal weight cut program with a trainer boxer, starring Orlando Bloom and John Turturro, so that should be interesting. We got Emilio Perez, directed by Jacques Hadard, who gave us A Prophet, The Sisters Brothers, starring Zoe Saldana, who might actually get an Oscar here for this, Selena Gomez, who might get her first Oscar. She got her first Emmy nomination. Could this be her first Oscar? Who knows? This is where, like, disgruntled lawyer Rita is tasked with assisting an escaped Mexican cartel leader in undergoing reassessment surgery to both evade the authorities and affirm her gender. This could be a treat to check out. The trailer looks really cool. It is set to premiere on Netflix, so I'm intrigued in this one. We also got a film called The End, which is directed by the actor killing director Joshua Oppenheimer, starring Tilda Swinton, Micah Shannon, Moses Ingram, George McKay, where a wealthy family lives in an underground bunker who decades after the end of the world, which they directly contribute to. That could be interesting to check out. We got The Fire Island, which stars the likes of Ryan Destiny, who you might remember from that show Star, which I love Star. Brian Tyree Henry's in this, Judy Greer. It's where Clarissa T. Rex Shields trains to box in the 2012 Summer Olympics. That could be interesting to check out. Really glad to see, because I haven't really seen, I think the last thing I saw Ryan Destiny in was on episodes of Grownish, but that's really it. I mean, I thought she was terrific in Star. If you guys have not seen Star, it's on Tubi. Go watch it. It was like pretty much set in the world of Empire, but Star was really good. Highly recommend that. They canceled it way too soon, but... we got a Danish film called The Girl with the Needle, where, like, the true story of Danish serial killer Dagmar Overby, who helped impoverished women kill their unwanted children and first sentenced to death in 1921. Dang. That sounds really intense. We got something called Hard Truth, which is directed by Peter Lowe and Mr. Turner director Mike Leigh, starring Moraine Jean Baptiste, who actually got an Oscar for his film Secret and Lies. Mike Leigh returns to the contemporary world of rough but compassionate, intimate study of family life here, so that could be interesting to check out. We got something called Harvest, which stars Carol Landry-Jones, who was just in Dogman, where the film is set in England during the Middle Ages, in a time of economics turmoil. Local villagers scapegoat three strangers. That could be interesting. I like Carol Landry-Jones, by the way. Like, if you guys have not seen Dogman, it wasn't, like, all great, but he was terrific in it. So, I hope he gets, like, maybe a comic book role in the future, because he could play the creeper part very well. He's also playing Dracula in that Luc Besson film, so that's going to be cool. We got Herrick, which, of course, the horror film with Hugh Grant. Of course, the trailer for that got released. Hugh Grant looks creepy in that. A creepy Hugh Grant. He's having one resurgence, playing an Oompa Loompa to playing a creepy character. It's always cool to see more Hugh Grant, right? We also got I'm Still Here, directed by On the Road director Walter Salles. And it's pretty much like a Brazilian film where A mother and activist searching for her missing husband, Congressman Rubens Pavetta, during the Brazilian military dictatorship. That could be interesting. We got a South Korean film called I, the Executioner, where like a rookie cop, Park Sun-woo, to track down a serial killer. I always love a good serial killer film. We got K-Pops, directed by singer Anderson .Paak, where an LA musician hoping to revive his career moves to South Korea to join a K-pop band and compete in a televised music contest. That could be interesting, say. We got The Last Showgirl, directed by Gia Coppola, who gave us Palo Alto, starring Pamela Anderson, Jamie Lee Curtis, Dave Bautista, Billy Lloyd, Kurna Shipka. After a successful 30-year run, a seasoned showgirl played by Anderson must plan her future after the show closes abruptly. This sounds intriguing. I mean, you got Pamela Anderson, who's, let's be real, her acting in a number of stuff like Barbed Wire is questionable. But this sounds intriguing. I mean, you got Jamie Lee Curtis, Dave Bautista, so I'm all for this. We got The Life of Chuck, where a genre-bending story based on Stephen King's novella about 3 chapters in the life of an ordinary man named Charles Krantz. You got Tom Hiddleston, Mark Hamill, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Matthew Lillard, directed by Mike Flanagan. Yeah, I'm all for that. I cannot wait to see that one. We got something called Love in the Big City, which I don't know anything about. Can't not really find a synopsis for that. Miller's in the Marriage, directed by Ed Burns, who you might remember from Saving Private Ryan fame. Where like Eve Miller is a indie rock singer, struggles with her toxic marriage while growing attracted to a music journalist. So that could be interesting, say. We got something called Miss Cardia. Sorry if I mispronounced that. We got something called, I'm not gonna say the full word because I don't know how you should feel about it, but a movie called Night B, which is directed by Morel Heller, who gave us Can You Ever Forgive Me, starring Amy Adams, about a woman who pauses her career to be a stay-at-home mom, but soon finds her life, she's pretty much turning into a dog. So that's gonna be interesting to see. We got something called On Becoming a Janetta Fowl, which I don't know anything about. Got something called The Order, directed by Justin Kurzel, who gave us that terrible Assassin's Creed film. We also, this of course stars the likes of Jude Law, Nicholas Hoult, Ty Sheridan. We're like, the Silent Brother is based on like a book here, where like about the white supremacist group, The Order, that was active in the U.S. in the 1980s, so that could be interesting to see. We got The Piano Lesson, which might actually win Samuel Jackson his first ever Oscar. That's going to be really cool. This is, of course, based on the August Wilson play set in 1936 Pittsburgh during the aftermath of the Great Depression, and follows the lives of the Charles family in the Doker Charles household and an heirloom of the family piano. You got John David Washington, the aforementioned Denzel Deadwire. I mean, hey, if Viola Davis won her first Oscar for Fences, also based on an August Wilson play, maybe Sam Jackson will win his Oscar for this. Who knows? We got the Pharrell Lego doc Piece by Piece, which that sounds intriguing and looks intriguing too. We got Quisling, The Final Days. Relay, directed by Hell or High Water director David Mackenzie, starring Riz Ahmed, Lily James, where Tom is a secret fixer who brokers pays off on behalf of the corrupt corporations. Where like Sarah is a potential client who may need his protection, so that could be interesting. Resbar, which is a Netflix film about the Shasta Warriors, a Native American high school basketball team from Shasta, New Mexico, who are competing for the state championship title but lose their star players. This is produced by LeBron, so that could be interesting. We got Riff Raff, directed by same guy who gave us A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints and many others. This is pretty much about the life of a criminal is thrown to turmoil when his old family appears for a long-awaited reckoning. Now this stars the likes of Jennifer Coolidge, Dustin Hoffman, Brian Cox, Gabrielle Union, Bill Murray, Ed Harris, Pete Davidson. So that could be interesting. We got something called Rumors, directed by Golda director Guy Madden, starring Kate Blanchett and Alicia Vikander, where world leaders meet at the G7, but get lost in the woods whilst trying to pose a joint statement on a specific global crisis. That could be interesting to check out. Got something called Sharp Corner, which stars Ben Foster, who becomes a man obsessed with saving a car accident victims at the sharp road corners near his home. That could be really cool. Got something called Shepherds. Something called Sketch, which I don't know anything about. We got We Live in Time, which is the romantic film with Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. That could be interesting. Went Up the Hill with Dacre Montgomery, which I don't know anything about that. Got Without Blood, directed by Angelina Jolie and starring Jolie and Salma Hayek. That could be intriguing. And last but not least, we got something called Young Werther with Douglas Booth and Iris Apatow. Don't really know anything about that either, but yeah, some really intriguing stuff here. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to go no film festival. I'll probably wait until they actually premiere these things. But hey, a lot of really intriguing stuff here. So let me leave you guys. Which of these films from that is premiering at the Toronto International Film Festival are you interested in? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simon signing out.